Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys. Bro, get up. Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 5 video. And in today's video, we're going to be breaking down how Ed Parker was able to shut down the playstyle of Naz UFC. And in order to do so, we're going to be breaking down a fight between Conor McGregor and Max Holloway. Now, if you guys haven't had the chance of seeing this video, Marshall Mine did drop this on his channel, I think about 4 or 5 days ago. So I'm a little late. I'm not going to lie to you guys, ladies and gentlemen, but better late than never. So as usual, I'm going to have the audio to this video muted because obviously there's going to be 2 different voices going on, and I ain't trying to confuse y'all. So you guys aren't going to hear Marshall's voice, and you guys aren't going to hear Naz's voice either. But Ed Parker is going to be using Conor McGregor, who, if you guys don't know, Ed Parker is the best Conor McGregor player in the world. And if he's not the best, he's 1A or 1B. You feel what I'm saying? And Naz is going to be using Max Holloway. So these are 2 meta picks, and these guys are very, very good in their respected weight class. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So they touch gloves and we're underway. Now, what makes this matchup so tricky when facing Ed Parker when he has Conor is Ed Parker is super patient. He's super patient. He's very good at picking his shots so that he doesn't take massive amounts of damage. So you see right here, he's staying patient. He's controlling the center of the octagon. He's making Naz have to back up. He's switching stances. Now, Naz is doing a really good job of starting to try to create that high-low mix-up for Ed. He's going down to the body. He's hitting him with those jumping back kicks. He's chopping at the legs. But he's making a really, really big mistake with Ed Parker, and that's letting Ed control the tempo. You see how Ed is really just advancing when he wants to. He's starting to try to find his rhythm with the single shots. And this is something that we really don't see a lot from Naz. Is really just this patient style of play. Nice body jab. And although you guys don't see a lot of action right here, this really favors Ed Parker, because Ed Parker has a really, really high fight IQ. And as the fight goes along, he'll start to pick it up if Naz isn't careful. You see right here, he's starting to use them feints. Naz is doing a good job so far of answering back. He reverses the cage position right there. And now you see him trying to pressure a little bit. But he's waiting way too long, man. He had Ed trapped up against the cage and he just stood there and looked at him. So I don't know, maybe if he's trying to fight Ed at his own play style, trying to beat Ed at his own play style, because if he is, it's not a good idea. And I can tell you this from personal experience, man. Ed Parker, in terms of fight IQ, if you play into his game, it's extremely hard to beat him. But this is a very, very close round. Nice front kick right there. Stops that feint. Nice combination right there by Naz. You see Ed pressing forward, keeping the pressure on Naz, making him play off that back foot so he can't utilize those reactionary slips that we all know Naz loves to use. Nice knee. Ooh, Ed barely missed. Another very, very close first round. They both landed the same amount of strikes, but Ed threw 20 less punches. He threw 20 less strikes, I'm sorry. So that lets me know Ed Parker's starting to get into that flow. And you can see Naz feels a little bit uncomfortable. He does. He's having to play off that back foot. And he's really having to start to kind of take it easy a little bit because of the threat that Ed Parker is with his counters. You see Ed using that jab. You see him controlling the center of the octagon. And this is something that I see people that are able to have a lot of success against Naz. They keep him on that back foot, so he never really quite knows when you're going to engage. You see right here, Naz is already trying to hit those reactionary slips, anticipating something coming back. But there's a beautifully timed head kick by Ed. And this is what I'm saying. You can't play this game with Ed Parker. He's doing a beautiful job of mixing up strikes and just landing damaging shots. Right there, nice counter, gets him that stun. And now Naz has been hurt twice in the last minute. And this is what you want to do to Naz right here. You want to try to take your time. You don't want to rush anything, because the more you rush, the higher chance that he's going to hit one of those reactionary slips. And when he does that, he's gonna get a good amount of damage off of a counter. So you see how Ed is just slowly but surely moving forward. He's not throwing high volume combinations. He's just kind of 1-2ing it up and landing the damage. There's a nice clean block counter right there. That was a clean one. You see Ed moving in and out with the nice footsies. And you see Naz is really having a lot of trouble reaching Ed Parker just because of the footsies. Oh, there was a... That was a... I think Marshall actually rewound that part. He actually rewound that part, so we were watching the same clip. But anyways, nice jab hook by Ed. Oh, and there's it. See, that's the unpredictability that Ed Parker has, and that's gonna get Naz in a little bit of trouble, because Naz is trying to get that damage back that he suffered earlier in the second round. And you see that stamina. Look at that long-term stamina bar up here, ladies and gentlemen. Naz has Max Holloway, and look at Ed Parker is draining that stamina down already, and we're only in the second round. Nice jab straight right there by Ed. He's really starting to shut down that offense of Naz. Nice knee right there by Naz though. And I was just trying to fight back, but the work that Ed Parker has been setting up now, or that he's getting now, has already been set up throughout the whole first and half of the second round. He's built on his reads already. Nice kick right there. And that's the end of the second round. It's a very, very tough round. Very, very tough round, because now Ed Parker has the stamina advantage. And if you guys don't know this, if you guys take away one thing from this video about Ed Parker, his stamina consumption, or his stamina usage, is some of the best in the game. This dude hardly ever gasses out. Even using Conor McGregor in a 5-round fight against somebody like Max Holloway, he's not gonna gas. And he's very good at lowering your long-term stamina while being defensively sound. That's the most impressive thing about Ed Parker. It's not necessarily his combinations or his counters. It's his ability to be able to drain that long-term stamina down and work the body, and then get a clean KO coming back up to the head. So right here, Naz, he's having the same game plan that's not being successful, right? He should really be looking to stand in the pocket a little bit more with Ed Parker to try to change the tempo. Because with the pace that the fight is going at right now, and the reads that Ed is making, he's having the time of his life, and he's just catching them with damaging shots. But now you see Ed starting to tee off. He's starting to use them reactionary slips too, just like Naz. And look, Naz is getting hurt almost damn near every single time they exchange. So now you see Ed putting on the pressure. Nice double jab, nice hook right there by Naz. Oh, there's a nice rear hook. And see, he changed it up. He threw an offbeat combination, but it didn't matter because there goes Ed Parker. And Naz is still throwing while he's rocked, but I don't think that's going to work out too well for you, my boy. So you see Ed using them footies. He's throwing out a lot of feints. He's trying to bait out a slip from Naz to see what he's trying to do. But Naz has been doing a good job of not showing his hand, not giving away his reads too easily. Right there, he gets a nice stun. He switches stances into southpaw. There's a nice, beautifully timed straight by Ed. So now you see both of these guys have been hurting each other, but Ed's getting the better of the exchanges a majority of the time. And now look at that long-term stamina bar again. It's down so far that even if Naz gets a rock, it's going to be very, very hard for him to finish somebody like Ed Parker. You're going to need as much stamina as possible. But Ed's done a good job of just draining that stamina down. There's a nice slip he really could have countered. But he goes with the nice jab hook, simple and sweet. Nice straight. And now you see Naz is doing everything he can. He's giving Ed a different look, switching to southpaw. But the work has already been done, man. And that's the end of the round. Like I said, you got to start early with somebody like Ed Parker. You got to get him feeling uncomfortable, because if you play like Naz has played right here, this is exactly what Ed Parker wanted to do. He wanted to slow pace it. He wanted to drain that stamina down, get that stamina lead, and start landing them heavy damaging shots. And now look, we're headed into the fourth round, and Max Holloway's chin, even with the high chin and recovery stat, is really, really in a bad spot. So now Naz, whether he likes it or not, is going to be forced to play reactionary to Ed Parker. He's going to have to look for a really damaging counter shot, which he could do. But against somebody like Ed, that's not what you really want to have to do, because he's going to know that you're trying to do that, and he's going to potentially set you up for a finishing shot. It's right there, a nice straight. I like how Ed's using that back moving straight. It extends that Celtic cross that Conor McGregor possesses. So right here you see Ed taking his time. He's not rushing. He knows he has this fight in the bag already. The first 3 rounds are his. And if Naz wants to make a comeback, he's going to have to try to finish him. And that's going to be incredibly hard with that low of chin health. And you see Ed's putting his foot on the gas a little bit. Popping that jab off. Walking him down. Trying to break down his block. But I want you to notice the patience that Ed Parker is showing with the finish as he gets caught right there with a clean lead hook. Ed's being really, really patient because he knows Naz is going to try to move his head. And he's just trying to see which way Naz is going to slip, so that way he can react accordingly. Hits him with a straight right there. Naz is ducking down. Ed misses on all those shots, but that's what I'm saying. That's why he's keeping it calm, cool, and collected, because he knows Naz is going to move that head, and there he knocks him down with a beautifully timed combination. Knocks him down with a straight. And that head health is getting even lower, and now you see Max is moving very, very labored. That stamina is all the way drained, but a nice flying knee knocks Ed Parker down right there. But you see, look at that. All it took was one rear hook from Ed Parker, and he was able to get the job Done right there, ladies and gentlemen. And that's how really you want to shut down Naz UFC's playstyle. You want to pick him apart. You want to use those feints. You want to start to build and build and build and build and build and make good reads. And then as it goes on later on in the fight, because he plays that slip meta style, you want to drain his cardio down, and then you're able to enact a game plan that you've come up with, right? And that was a beautiful job right there by Ed Parker. He took the entire first round. He seen Naz was going to back up. So he said, hey, you know what? There's no need for me to just stand in this guy's face the entire time. I can pick him apart, hit the jab to the body, hit the jab up top, use my slips, start to slowly but surely get at that stamina bar, and make my reads. And then in the second round, you seen him start to put a game plan together. He got his rocks. He started working the body. He kept Naz on the back foot. He started doing his nice in and out footwork, playing footsies with Max Holloway. And then before Naz knew it, he's got him knocked down 2 to 3 times, and that stamina lead is too insurmountable to be able to come back from for Naz. And he had to play a certain style, and Ed knew it. And before he knew it, it was already too late, and Ed was getting the finish. But beautiful job there from Ed Parker. And that's really how you want to approach high-level fights. But yeah, it's a very, very hard thing to do. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button if you're new, so that way this video does get tossed into the YouTube algorithm. And let me know what you guys think of this performance in the comment section. Is it good? Is it bad? Do you think there's something that Naz could have done to avoid getting finished by Ed Parker? I can't wait to hear all of your guys' responses in the comment section. But until next time, my people, take it easy. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.